Thank you very much for bringing this angle. So you just demonstrated that it's bigger than just the case between
Absolutely.
Chief Afe Babalola and Mr. Dele Farotimi.
Absolutely.
As a number of people have said, it's also the judiciary on trial as well, because people are going to see how they've handled it thus far. So let me ask you, I know you're a lawyer, it's a sensitive question for you, but how well has this case been handled right from the way the police, because they're also law enforcement agents, they're part of the criminal justice system. How well has this been handled? Does it give the right signal? Because like you said at the very beginning, Chief Afe Babalola has a right to defend his integrity.
Absolutely.
He's worked many years, served the country, and so he has a name to protect, especially in the twilight of his years. He'll want to leave whilst ovation is loudest. And then Mr. Dele Farotimi on his own side is saying that he's saying the truth. He's ready to defend himself. But the judiciary on trial, how well do you think this has been handled?
What is going to happen? Well, how well is a matter of personal opinion and what anybody feels. Yes. Some feel that there's nothing wrong with the way and manner it has been handled. Some say that there are a lot of undercurrents, because Dele Farotimi himself said that he was never invited. And I can tell you that for a matter like that, police was supposed to have sent him an invitation.
Really?
Yes.
I thought they said the police can arrest. And
police,
in the law that makes provision for
police can arrest, but in matters like this, you send an invitation. If the person fails to honor that invitation, you go ahead and arrest. That is one. Two, but in the manner of arrest, those who are saying, oh, he was kidnapped, those are mere sensationalism. He was not kidnapped, he was arrested. Yes, there's nothing wrong with arrest. All those issues of jurisdiction and all that, we have discussed a lot about it. Yes. Let us not waste our time, precious time, talking about that, because the court will determine whether they have jurisdiction or not, and whether it is a criminal defamation or civil defamation and all that. There are a lot of analysis on that. But my opinion is this. Salman Rushdie, when he wrote the book Satanic Verses, the book became sold like wildfire when fatwa was placed on Salman Rushdie. Yeah. If Chief Afe Babalola had tarried a while and maybe allowed the sleeping dog lie, this thing wouldn't have gotten to where it is today. The challenge now is, why would he allow the sleeping dog lie when the dog was biting his soul? That is the challenge. When the dog was biting his shoe and he felt he must rescue his shoes, he must rescue his integrity, he must rescue. But if he had even gone to the extent of filing civil defamation, police would not have been involved. Nigerians would not have heard about this. But the way it is now, there is the NSAS protests, the anger is still in the people. The police brutality, which has not ceased up to today, the anger is still in the people. The problem that Nigeria had between August 1 and August 10, when there was protest and then children were even arraigned in court by the police, the anger is still in the people. There is this in virtually all countries. Nigeria is not an exception. There's this problem between the people and the police, because an average human being does not want to conform to laws, and the police will insist that you conform to laws. In some cases, the police will overreach themselves and the issue continues. The issue now is, if this matter continues the way it is going, because the conservatives who have sympathy for Chief Afe Babalola seems to want to wear out Dele Farotimi with multiple cases. There's a new one that has been filed in Ibadan, right? More, because if you hear the analysis of those by SAN, that one, and maybe more will come.
No, the one in Abuja.
There's another one in Abuja. By SAN Ogumiujo. And even more will come, because they said the book had...
Yeah, it's beyond Chief Afe Babalola.
So now it is beyond Chief Afe Babalola. And they want to wear out Dele Farotimi with multiple cases, that virtually for many years to come, he will be moving from one courtroom to another, answering one question, defending one matter, and all that. At the end of the day, the more that is done, more the cockroaches are being driven out. I keep saying about these cockroaches. The more they are being driven out, and the more Nigerians will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have heard. The traditional community will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have heard. It is now a class struggle. between the conservatives and the radical elements. The conservatives want to retain the status quo. Let us keep moving.
Okay.
Don't rock the boat.
Yes.
The radical elements want, there must be a change. Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people, blessed massively, but hindered by corruption. Corruption must stop.
Professor Ziako, I get you. You know, your orgas did this matter, so you don't want to take a stand. I get you. You have played all your politics, that's your palongo from morning till night. I get you very well. I know. You self, they fear your own angle. Say, if I go talk now, they go, I get you.
No, the matter is a court. The matter is a court.
It's not a case of it's a court.
We have to speak with...
You see, when lawyers won't talk, they go say the
with
matter
circumspection.
is circumspection.
We have to speak with circumspection.
But you and I know what we are talking about because you're plenty of guys they involved. But, and that's why I know all the legal issue I you ask you sidestep up. You know, we had another lawyer too that knew the law came from the court, but he took a position on the issues here. But you know what? Because your guys they involved, it's fine.
Rufai, you may be wrong. I may not have an organ at the top of this matter.
I know Oga is not a direct Oga.
Yeah, I know.
They are indirect Oga.
I may not have an organ in the matter.
People be Oga for this business. So, but let me go to one very important point.
Yes.
It is now a case between, like you said, the conservatives and otherwise the radicals that want to change. I want to ask you three truths. Is there no corruption as we speak going on in that your sector?
Oh, I have said so.
There is.
Massive one.
What is the fear about making it known to Nigerians? And let Nigerians make up their mind. The other question I ask, has there been no high-handedness in a case where the police went to pick somebody for a criminal defamation that doesn't exist in Ekiti State and took them to Ekiti State? Has there been no, do you think if the dramatics personnel were not formidable people in this country, the case will go like this? So in calling a spade, I ask again, where is the middle ground for the long-suffering Nigerian people that cannot get justice because they don't have the big power? Let me use that word in this country. Because the people have a right to know. That's why I say you are sidestepping because your guys are involved, and it's fine.
Rufai, no matter how you look at it, George Orwell's story about the quality of animals can never be taken away.
Yeah,
all animals are equal, yes, but some are more equal all over the world. All over the world. Yeah. It's not only in Nigeria. So let's rest that.
Animal farm.
Animal farm.
All
over the world.
But in this case,
animals are more equal than the others. No.
Animals are more equal than some.
Understand me. Don't put words into my mouth. I only quoted George Orwell. Understand me, Rufai.
Oh, yeah.
There has been, if you say high-handedness, I do not see high-handedness. I don't. Because it's only to exacerbate that issue of the theory of high-handedness that they said he was abducted, he was kidnapped. He was not kidnapped.
No, I'm saying that
Dele was not kidnapped.
Of a man that was arraigned in a court of a magistrate that the law does not exist in the state. He was first detained, and he was further detained again to the 20th of December. Nothing wrong with that?
That is what I'm saying, that the law is an ass. They say the magistrate or the court had the discretion on bail. The matter is a bailable offense, yes. As of today, they are saying arguing on bail, which is, for me, wrong. Very, very wrong. I expected that he should be granted bail because, yes, the prison custody is not built for animals, but it is built for felons. And when it is the law that will decide who the felon is. You don't judge and decide who the felon is when you have not even had a substantive matter. And that is why at this preliminary stage, you don't expect the court to jump into the arena. The fact that the court didn't give him bail is wrong. The High Court had given him bail. The Federal High Court in Ado-Ekiti gave him bail. They took him to Federal High Court. Now they had another one is springing up in Abuja, but I guess that one is a civil matter. The one in Ibadan is also a civil matter because they came by writ of summons. The one in the magistrate court, obviously, that magistrate cannot, in all honesty, say that he is acting out of his own self-will. He cannot. Because if he does, there's no reason why he will not give him bail. At least give him bail, and let him perfect his bail condition. He will now come to answer for all the issues. The issue of whether it is a criminal defamation or not, and whether it exists in Ekiti or not, is yet to be fine-tuned. Because I've had one former Attorney General of Ekiti State that says that, yes, the law of Ekiti still recognizes that there's criminal defamation. And everybody will now begin to quote, yes.
Check the laws of 2021. I have empirical proof here. I read through it. It doesn't recognize criminal defamation. It only talks about section 70,
which
where there's a breach of public place through publication.
Through publication. Good. A breach of public peace through defamation.
Yeah.
Which is
no, not through defamation.
No, through publication, sorry.
So that's not criminal defamation.
Through publication, which, of course, is relying on the Criminal Code Act.
Criminal defamation was not.
All right, relying on Criminal Code Act, and it was integrated by for about Ekiti State in that 2011 laws of Ekiti State of Nigeria, 2012.
No,
that one,
2012.
There was that one. I am not arguing whether it is still there or not. Like I said, I have not looked through all the laws, and that's where I'm looking at the issues of policy more than the issue of the statutes, because everybody, almost commentators, have spoken about the issues of the statutes and what are the issues of policy.